Hello and welcome to a slightly different video this time. As you can see, I am not playing Minecraft. Don't worry, it will be back. So this program is called stud.io or Studio. Here, let me show you. This is a program called Studio, which is basically a Lego replacement for Lego Digital Designer for my laptop. The reason why I'm using this is because LDD is no longer supported on Mac OS Catalina and onwards. So this will be the alternative software. Now you might be asking, why am I doing this? I know it's been a long time since I made a Lego related video, but for this one, I want to do something special, as you could say. I want to rebuild the apartment that my family and I stayed in when we were in Bangladesh. Now, the problem being is that this build will be uh, purely based off my memory. I don't I don't remember that much what the apartment looks like. We stayed in two different apartments, so I'm gonna try recreate the first apartment we stayed in, which is a little bit smaller than the second one. So I think I'm just gonna get started. We can I'm gonna time lapse this so you don't have to sit here for how many for God knows how long, how many years you're gonna stay here. But yeah, I'm gonna speed. This is gonna be a time lapse, and you will see the progress as I'm going on. So I'll see you maybe in a bit. Before we get into the time lapse, I want to show you what apartments are built in Bangladesh and how do they look like. So I have a sketchbook. I have a Autodesk sketchbook open where I will draw a simple drawing of what the apartments in Bangladesh look like. So as like other apartment buildings, these apartments in Bangladesh are just square shaped buildings like so. This is the front side of the building. So you just imagine this is the front side. The entrance will be somewhere right here. This is the entrance. Now, the first apartment that we stayed in is not that big. The building itself is only 7 stories high, and that 7 story includes the ground floor. The ground floor is jeez. Why is this not? The ground floor is counted. Is counted as the first floor. So this is the first floor, and then the floor above it is the second floor. Let me just. This is second. Uh, the second floor, and so on. Now this apartment building that we stayed in has 7 floors, and my family and I lived at the top floor. We lived at the seventh floor, which is the top floor, right here. This is seventh. Now, and all the apartments that I've seen in Bangladesh, they all have one common thing, and is that this first floor here. Let me give it a bit of a color so it looks good. This first floor is all the first floors are used for parking. So this is where you park your car, and this is where the security uh, stationed, and also where the entrance. So you go in here to the parking lot, you go up the elevator and to your room, to your unit. Now, since the buildings are small, each floor only has one unit, and because there's only one unit per floor, your unit is pretty big, and it feels like you're living in a house. So yeah, if the apartment building has 7 floors or 6 like stories, I guess. If the apartment building has 7 floors minus the first floor, which is the parking area, then there will only be 6 apartment units. There's only 6 apartment units in this one building, and each unit is quite large. You can house up to like 4 or 5 people, and depends. So yeah, I will be recreating in Lego this top floor where I I lived. No, not the, ignore the bottom part. I made a mistake there. So this is where the area I'm gonna be recreating in Lego. This top part right here. So that concludes this infographic of what apartments look like in Bangladesh. And without further ado, let's jump into the time lapse. So the way I tackle this build is by breaking it into different modules. And so this first module here, the one you're seeing, is the living room, and it's one of the biggest module in this whole build. The master bedroom will also be, if not equally large, it will be larger because apparently the master bedroom is very big in real life as well, and which includes the balcony and bathroom. So I started to lay down some bricks, and from there on, building up the walls with different colors on certain sections. So from this point, there's a big time jump. I finished the master bedroom and moving on to start building the dining table, which is located slab dab in the middle of this module. And yeah, I'm aiming for a transparent dining table, but it's very hard to do it 100% transparent because I haven't found a way to do it without using a solid Lego pieces. So I work around by using 2 1x8s holding up a lot of 1x4 tiles in the middle. And so this is the long wooden cabinet that's gonna be placed right behind the dining table to the white wall. This is where we keep a lot of our stuff inside and also on top of it. But for this build, I'm just gonna put a potted plant on top to just give it a little bit of color, but apparently it doesn't fit. Alright, I think this is a good point to stop. The video has gone for quite a while now, so we're gonna take a break. Actually, I already built the two furnitures in, and it looks like it takes quite a lot of space, but that shouldn't be a problem. I can work around that. And this is a full overview of the whole exterior. As you can see, I have some bricks underneath for foundations, and here's the side. There's a hole right here which I'm gonna replace the bricks for shelves, which I completely forgot before we start moving on to the interior. This is the back side. Then the left side. There will be no roofs because again, this is an apartment building, so the top will be completely open so you can see inside. And I think once we're done with the living room, I'm gonna move on to the master bedroom because it's also quite large, and a lot of stuff needs to be put in. Alright then, so that's it for this video. If you do enjoy the time lapse, don't forget to hit that like button. It gives me a feedback on your reactions, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be updated on the next part, which should be coming out next week, and we will continue on this build right away. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.